time now for today's Money Monday with David Seeger from Great Lakes Credit Union. Hi, David.
Good morning.
First of all, Merry Christmas to you.
Same to
Thanks
you.
so much for joining us today. I know you
No
probably have a
problem.
lot going on with your family. But so today we're going to talk kind of more of a fun segment, kind of just talking about some facts and figures about Christmas. But before we do that, of course, we want to check the markets.
We'll look at the stocks and the markets. Right now, the market looks like it's going to be a blue Christmas, all things said and done on Wall Street. Well, we're starting out at the fair market value of 51 points down already. And that's largely due to the activity that's going on in Washington regarding the fiscal cliff.
Or the lack of activity,
the lack
I guess
of
we could
activity,
say.
right. I mean, the creatures starting not even
Yeah.
about because they all left.
Yeah.
So there's really no hope of anything being done in the next few days. So consequently, the markets are taking beating. A big drop on Friday, and it looks like a big drop this morning when they open, and all the indices. So this is what you would expect to see under the circumstances. And then if there's no progress, they're going to see a sell-off in the bond market, and then the Federal Reserve is going to have to step in and try to bolster the bond market, and they have to borrow. Well, they'll have to print some money to buy the bonds to help the bond market. So it's an ugly situation.
A definite ugly
Yeah,
situation.
they really need to do something, and this is just the beginning of what you're going to be seeing.
It's going to be really interesting when you're here next Monday just to see everything that is going to happen in just the next week. All right, so let's talk a little bit about just the facts and figures of Christmas time. The average household spending for Christmas this year is anticipated to be $854, and that's a big increase from last year.
About a third over last year already, so that's some good news for the economy, and people are feeling better about themselves. The consumer confidence is up, so a lot of things are going in our favor.
We like
right.
to hear that. And also probably hours for stores, because I know like Toys R Us, we were just saying in our headlines, they're staying open till 10 o'clock tonight. So probably hours, of course, are helping as well with the businesses. This is the figure that you sent to me that this really surprises me. 40% of households are still using catalogs to make purchases.
I was kind of surprised as well, all things considered. I figured, you know, I could see the internet being up, but catalogs, apparently people still use them. 40% is a pretty significant number.
So does that mean, so they get the catalog, and that means they call the number to the headquarters and make their order,
make the purchase
not just going to the website of that company.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Really?
I was really surprised myself.
Yeah. So then 45% of households are using the internet to purchase gifts, which honestly, I thouto that would be even higher.
I thought it'd be higher too. I was kind of surprised only 45%. I know I browse on there myself and make purchases, and just because it's easier to do than going to the mall for me.
Absolutely. And anytime they promote that free shipping, you can't turn that down.
No, you can't.
Shop on your couch at home. That's how I work.
Right.
All right. So when it comes to Christmas trees, 2/3 of American homes have artificial trees.
I have an artificial one, you're right, and that's more and more popular. And about 18% of the American homes have a real tree, and then 6% have a combination of a real tree and an artificial tree.
Okay.
And then about, what is it now, 22 million have a artificial tree, like more than one of them. I can imagine trying to decorate all those trees.
Yeah.
One is a struggle enough, let alone to have 2 or 3 going.
I know, we spent a lot of time decorating ours. So, you know, a lot of people really, we have a tiny tree like that sits in one of the bedrooms, and then that's fun, but I can't imagine having 2 large trees.
I know, or 2 or more.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
all right, David, we'll talk more next hour. We have a really neat PowerPoint presentation for you guys that David has put together on the 12 days of Christmas. We're going to be breaking that down financially. We'll do that in the 6 o'clock hour. Thanks so much, David.
You bet.
It's time now for our second part of today's Money Monday with David Seeger from Great Lakes Credit Union. And we have kind of a fun little slideshow that you have prepared for us.
And my assistant Susan helped me put this together.
All right.
So,
thanks so much, Susan.
What would be the 12 days of Christmas cost today? So let's get into that then. Okay, partridge in a pear tree, the cost would be in total, and how many times? $204.99, and that is, okay, here we go. Up 10.8% from last year. Now the bird costs $15. The increase in cost has to do with the tree, and it's all tied back to the drought that we had last summer. So that's creating some upward pricing pressures on the tree itself.
For the pear tree.
Right, for the pear tree. All right, the next, 2 turtle doves. The cost is $125, and that's not any more than it was last year at this point in time.
Right.
The birds are small, so the feed didn't have a big impact. And 3 French hens, the cost is $165. Now, they did go up a little bit, 10%. The reason, because again, the drought. Cost of corn, wheat, and what have you, okay, that pushed the price of feed up, so that's made the French hens a little more expensive than it was last year.
Up 10%.
Yes. All righty, the 4 calling birds, $519.96, and no increase from last year because the size of the birds, the fowl were relatively small. So not a problem or an issue there.
I love this, David. I kind of want you to sing along with it.
Well, I do. We just might at the end. 5 golden rings. Okay, that's going to cost $750.
Ooh.
And that's up a little bit from last year. And 16.3%. Price of gold is about $1,700 per ounce.
Wow.
So that's up a little bit, and so that's the reason the 5 golden rings are a little bit more.
Okay.
And let me see here, 6 geese a laying, and that's $210, and that too is up because the fact of the matter, the feed has gone up, so so the price of the 6 geese a laying is a little more expensive. We can offset that cost since they do lay eggs. We can probably get that price down a little bit since we can sell the eggs. So that's one thing to think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to think of everything, you know it? And we're halfway through the song here. 7 swans are swimming, and there's no way around this one here. They are expensive. They're $7,000, $1,000 a piece. And altogether, okay, come on.
There we go.
There we go. It's up 11.1%. But the pretty birds, that's all they do. But they're awful big and they're expensive.
Okay.
And
let's see.
yeah, you got the magic touch. How are you working it? 8 maids of milking. Okay, that costs, I believe, $58. And that's the same price as it was a year ago. This is based upon the unemployment rate, the federal rate of 7.25. Oh. Now, the point of the matter is in the state of Ohio, unemployment is 7.7. Minimum wage is 7.7, and that being the case, it would cost us a little bit more in the state of Ohio.
9 ladies dancing.
9 ladies dancing. This is union scale.
Okay.
$6,294.
All right.
And that's up a little bit as well.
Okay.
10 lords of leaping, $4,766.70, and that is a 0% increase as well. Right. There's no musicality here to this leaping. You're paying for the name of the lords. Oh. Okay. 11,
there we go.
11 pipers piping, again, union scale, $2,562. And that's not an increase over last year either because they haven't increased the union scale. Okay. And 12 drummers drumming, $2,775.50. And
also
that's
not
no increase.
Okay.
Okay, for a grand total of just the core price, $25,431.18.
Wow.
That is a increase of 3.5%. The CPI for November was 1.8. It's double the national average for the inflation. Okay. So the cost of the agricultural products was a problem.
And the internet cost?
Yes, $40,439.53. The cost of that is higher because number one, the special shipping for the fowl, and also transportation of the employees.
Ah, there you go.
So that cost. And we have another one here. And the true cost of the song, $107,300.24.
Wow.
For the 364 items because the song repeats itself.
All right,
and this
David,
is from
I love
PNC
this.
Wealth Management. They put this together with the numbers.
And also thank you to Susan for helping you as well. All right, David, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you,
We
too.
certainly appreciate it. That was absolutely wonderful.